The need for green. In our project, we analyzed the options our local vegetarian students have on campus. The idea to conduct this struck us when I realized, though I was not completely vegetarian, that several times I found myself eating salads and frozen sandwiches. My only limitations were beef, but sometimes this and salad were all the dining halls offered. The two pictures depict a vegetarian option and a non-vegetarian option. The left picture shows my dinner last Friday, while the right picture shows my dinner last Thursday. I found myself eating a vegetarian meal Thursday, and this is what they had to offer. So let's look at Woody's vegetarian meal from last week. If you look closely, many of the options are not actually entrees, but rather side dishes like hummus. Not to mention the meals consist mostly of salads every day.
However, when looking at the alternatives, at the student center or in fraternities, the food is either completely non-vegetarian or a very limited amount. We asked the two people we interviewed the question, how have your eating habits had to change since coming to Tech? These were their responses.
When I normally eat with my family, my parents tend to cater to a lot of my needs, like in terms of like taste. And because I'm Indian, we have lots of spices and flavors, and it just makes, like, since we're vegetarian as well, it's not as simple as adding like a protein to a meal and then cooking it and boiling it and marinating it and you're done. You have to consider like everything for each vegetable and how it would combine together, and then use the same vegetable in a different variety. So there's a lot of different ways to cook one thing, and it's always so good, like all the time. And when I come to Georgia Tech, I can eat like some of the healthier stuff that's just like organic stuff but not cooked, like for instance like I guess fruit or desserts or like sandwiches, but the vegetarian ones. But I can't follow a similar routine because I can't eat things with enough health benefits unless they are like non-vegetarian items or they're just not as tasty, so I have to kind of cut down on what I eat. So I'm not able to follow a similar routine, and like eating with my family is definitely like more fulfilling than it usually is in a place where you can't get that many options.
Back at home with my family, my mom cooks a lot of traditional Indian food, which is flavorful and spicy, and there's a lot of variety to it. And at Tech, I've been getting the same thing. A lot of our food right now is cold, and I'm used to more of like warm and hot meals at home. And it's not like Indian food anymore. It's just a variety of like different foods like American, Italian, Mexican. So it's definitely been more variety, but it's just not as flavorful for me.
Another key question we asked was, what are the vegetarian options offered at Tech? Since the responses were so similar, we decided to only include one of them.
There are a lot of like easily available options for people who want to eat quickly and like get their energy and be done, and that consists a lot of the protein groups. But if you're a vegetarian like myself, then when you go eat, what's always available are the salads. But even with that, if they have a shortage of like some of the vegetables, then it just doesn't make it as healthy or as satisfying or as filling. And they always have, you know, the same wraps or same sandwiches, but I feel like they can keep some of the day-old like recipes and it won't go bad, and it's just eating a lot of like leafy greens and a lot of fruits and vegetables, whereas like I think it can be unfair that some other people could have like big varieties of foods and like mix it up, but you know, if I'm going to the walk or something, there's only like meats available and it just makes it sort of bland. So it's generically, you know, a lot of variety, but it's very bland variety.
For our solution, we were specifically looking at incorporating Asian meals. Several Asian dishes include vegetarian food, as many Asians are religiously required to be vegetarians.